Hello there everyone, welcome back to another video about a children's trading card game. The full ST07 yellow starter deck has been revealed and I am a little bit concerned. To give you my initial thoughts, I think this the power level of yellow is looking very, very high. I am honestly quite worried, and I really would like to hear what you guys have to say about yellow in the comment section down below. I really would like to see some intelligent discussion. Please tell me what you think. I want to know the pros, the cons. Do you think I am overly concerned for no reason? Do you think I am justifiably concerned for very good reasons? I really do want to know what you think. Also, subscribe to this channel and like the video for more One Piece content. I am absolutely getting a lot of videos out nowadays. It's every other day, and I'm busting my ass for these, but I'm so close to 2,000 subscribers. Please get me there at the time of this recording, but 80% of you are not subscribed, so please do change that. That is it for the shilling. I know you're sick of hearing it, but number go up, make brain feel good. Let's begin with the leader effect, and I should probably do something like making this a little smaller, shouldn't I? There we go. Isn't that better? Okay. Charlotte Linlin. So, 4 Emperors, Big One Pirates traded, usual stuff, special attributed leader. Don 2, when attacking, you may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life area to your hand. If your life is at 2 or less, you may place up to 1 card from your hand at the top of your life area. This is a very, very good leader ability, and let me explain why. So, you need to be at 3 life for this to do something, right? Because you're adding the card to your hand first, and then you're checking if you're at 2 or less. When are you realistically going to be using this? Turn 4? Turn 5? Don 2 is a hefty commitment. Earlier on in the game, you tend to want to be developing your board. So turn 4, turn 5, well, turn 2, you are taking a hit. Definitely. And then turn 3, you are probably taking 1 more hit. So if your opponent just swings into you both times and they're not trying to clear your board or something, well, they just made this ability live. And this is a terrifying ability for reasons we will see. In addition, you are just threatening swinging for 7, but yes, I think this is a really powerful leader effect, and in combination with the fact that she is called Charlotte Linlin, which we're going to see why that's relevant going into this card pool, I think this is one of the most powerful leaders in the game. Again, combination in the card pool, it is going to make more sense as we get through, because in isolation this isn't amazing, but there are some trigger cards in here that are absolutely nuts. We have got a vanilla here, which is a 1/3. This will not see play unless we are in Rush Sorrow Matter, in which case, you know, it will. Okay, 4/6, Charlotte category. This is one of the SRs from the starter deck. On play, look at up to 1 of your life cards from the top of your opponent's life area and put it either on the top or the bottom of that life area. Then, if you have less life cards than your opponent, this character gains Rush. So Rush is phenomenally powerful. 6k Rush is quite rare. At the moment, it's on cards more expensive than this. This is, I think, a perfectly fine trade-off. Additionally, the fact that you get this knowledge, right? Like, you get to just look at your opponent's top card of your life and go like, okay, can I swing into this guy? Yeah, probably. You can play mind games with your opponent too, right? You can look at it and you can put it back on top, and maybe it's a really detrimental card, but you're going to be like, but you can say something like, oh yeah, definitely. They're like, oh yeah, cool, so I can swing. And then just swing. And they're going to be like, well shit, is he lying? Is he telling the truth? Do I want to know what's going on? You can play some horrible mind games with your opponent. On top of the mind games, right? You can also just play, you know, well, and if it's a bad card, shove it to the bottom, and then you can look at your own life, right, and you can get knowledge that way, and you can start setting up all your other stuff. It just seems like it's such a 4-of in every capacity. It's so good. Next, we've got Charlotte Snack. This is a 5/6. Don 1, when attacking, you may add the top or bottom card of your life area to your hand. This character gains Banish and 1,000 power for this battle. So this will be swinging for 8k with Banish on a 5k. This is okay. I can see this potentially being used if your opponent is holding you at 4 life. And so for that reason, I'm not going to write it off. This might be a good 2-of in that niche situation, but we have not seen any Big Mom searches or anything yet, so that's not great. And you do want to be playing cards with counter, so this doesn't have that. And I don't think the effect is good enough to really justify it being this much. But, you know, a 5/8 with Banish is scary, obviously, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have a Rush either, so you do have to play this like the turn before. So, yeah, my inclination is not very good. Charlotte Daifuku, this is a 4/5 with a 1k counter. Don 1, when attacking, you may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life area to your hand. Place up to 1 card from the top of your deck at the top of your life area. This is potentially quite good. Obviously, if you've stacked your life area, if you know what your cards are, and you know, oh, well, I need that card there to answer his card, or I need, you know, I need the 2k counter, so I'm going to add this to hand because otherwise they're going to kill me, or, you know, just whatever permutation combination is, this can help set that up. At the moment, this is probably playable, but it's going to be one of those things where it may very well get replaced in the main set, but it seems to be quite powerful in theory in terms of setting you up, because it's not like you're necking, right? This effectively says draw a card, right? And I think, you know, if I told you a 4/5 Don 1 when attacking, draw a card, you'd be like, yeah, that's pretty good. So, you know, we'll see. And it's got a counter. So we'll see. It is a little expensive. Vanilla will not suit play. Charlotte Brûlée. This is a 3/1/1 with blocker, trigger to play the card. Now, unlike in blue, this here has a lot of potential because you can literally stack it. And the fact this is a 3-cost or lower is going to be exceptionally relevant. So I'm going to go with very good card for now. And we are going to need to see how things check out. But if we get a big Mon Pirate Searcher, this is going to be so nuts. But, like, I mean, we've all been in that situation where you are just a little bit shy and your opponent is, like, you know, banking everything on you, like, you know, not having enough counter, and then suddenly, like, they swing the first attack, and then suddenly you just get a blocker out of nowhere, and they're going to be like, oh shit, this is very, very scary for that situation. Then you've got Charlotte Pudding. It's a 2k counter, 2/3. On play, look at up to 1 life card from the top of your or your opponent's life area and put it either on the top or bottom of the life area. This is a okay effect. Realistically, you are never playing it. You are just using it for the 2k counter, so I think that is pretty good. Then we have got a 3/4 Charlotte Montdor. Activate main, you may rest this character and add the top or bottom card of your life area to your hand. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 3 or less. Trigger, you may trash one card from your hand, play this card. This is absolutely awful. I appreciate the fact that, yes, this is just generic removal. And, okay, you probably play, like, a couple copies of this because it is going to get you out of that situation where your opponent is just not letting you get down to 3, where you can start abusing your leader effect. So that will be useful for that situation. Outside of that situation, this is so overcosted. The trigger feels horrible to use, to, like, discarding cards from your hand to play this, but it does get you out of that niche situation, so it is probably going to see a little bit of play for that reason. Oh, baby. 7/8 Charlotte Linlin. This is the other SR. On play, your opponent chooses one of the following effects: life or death. Either you trash the 1 life card from the top card of your opponent's life area, or put 1 card from the top of your deck on top of your life area. Either you heal 1 or they take 1. I think this card is fine. It's very, very scary, right, like, of an effect, but it is your entire turn, pretty much. So your entire turn is just invested into this and then maybe doing a couple of attacks. So it's not the most threatening turn. However, at any point in the game, if a card just says heal 1 or burn 1, it is scary. And yes, the agency is with your opponent. However, still, they don't get the card in hand, right? Like, this reads on your next turn, nullify an attack and draw a card, or your opponent just takes a banish damage. It's scary. It's really scary. So I do think this is quite good for that reason. We'll definitely see play. Okay, Zeus and Prometheus. Prometheus is further. Let's talk about Zeus. This is a 3/3, 1k counter, trigger play this card. So already we're looking at this and thinking, all right, you know, playing it for free in a deck that stacks life, this is looking good. Activate main, you may rest this card up to 1 of your Charlotte Linlins gains banish. So your leader is a Charlotte Linlin, right? So you can literally rest it, give your leader, which, by the way, you're about to slap 2 Dons onto, 7k, hitting that important threshold, banish. Your opponent can't just take it, they're going to have to block it, because otherwise they lose the life. Ooh, this is good. Staple 4 of in any Charlotte Linlin leader deck. Obviously, you can do that onto your 7-drop as well, but you're doing it onto the leader. Then we've got Vanilla, whatever. Then we've got Prometheus. So this is the same deal, except this, when you rest it, your Charlotte Linlins gains double attack. So I don't think I have it here. I had the Yamato out earlier. Oh no, I do have it here. Yeah, so this card, you know, this card right here, you know, we have to work so hard to keep it alive and do all this thing. No, just play Prometheus, play Zeus, rest them both, double attack banish, slap 4 Dons, swing for 9. If your opponent does not have any blockers, your opponent is fucked. Yeah, this seems really, really, really good. Obviously, the downside, you're waiting. You are waiting to use these cards. You think. Most of the time you're waiting, but wait, there's a stage card. We'll discuss the stage card. Then we've got another vanilla, who cares? Oh my god, okay, Soul Pokers. So this is the card that everyone's freaking out about. So this is a 5-cost event. Main, your opponent chooses one of the effects below. Your opponent trashes the top card over their life area, or you place the top card of your life of the deck on top of your life area. So right, so this is life or death, same shtick. This would be fine, except for the fact that the trigger uses it. And what does this deck literally do? Take cards from your hand put them in your life or look at your life and make sure stuff is there. So this literally goes, okay, I'm stacking this. I'm playing this for free. I'm never paying 5 for this. Ever. I'm never paying 5. I'm putting it from my hand into my life, and I'm going to my opponent, okay, either take a burn or let me heal. And either way, your opponent is going to be pissed. This is very good. This is very, very good. Ordinarily, a card like this would not be a 4 of. I feel like the fact that, firstly, it increases the odds of being in life to begin with, so you can stack it. But the fact that you literally can look at your life, you can see what there is, you can put more cards into it. This seems really, really powerful. And this is part of the reason I'm genuinely worried about yellow, because it turns the life mechanic into a way to cheat out cards like this for free. And that's very scary. Then we've got Power Mochi. This is a 1-cost event. Counter, look it up to 1 card from the top of your or your opponent's life area and place it at the top or bottom of the life area. Then up to 1 of your leader or characters gains 2k power for this battle. So this is actually a decent 2k counter. Trigger, draw 1 card, look it up to 1 card from the top of your or your opponent's life area and put it on top. So I think this is pretty good, honestly. Like, you're getting that card, you're getting the knowledge. Are you going to waste your effort playing a 1-drop 2k? Most likely you're not. Very, very rarely do these cards ever see play because they really need to be doing something special to justify taking that deck space up. I don't think this is doing something special enough necessarily, but that knowledge could be very, very important in things like the mirror match, so we will have to wait and see. And finally, Queen Mama Shanta. So this is a trigger to play this card, so you're getting the stage. Activate main, rest this stage. You may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life area to your hand. Place up to 1 of your characters at the cost of 3 on top of the owner's life area face up. So what you can do is use your, ideally, I think you'll be using Zeus. Zeus is the one you want to spam. Prometheus might only be a 2 of. Zeus is a 4 of. Banish is so good. So what you do is, right, you play your Zeus, you use the effect, then you draw a card, slap it back in so your opponent can't just attack into it because you're going to lose it anyway. You're not protecting it. So this is just, it's just a plus, right? It's just a plus. You stack it on top, so your opponent deals damage to you, you get your Zeus back. You have that card in hand, right? So yes, you've taken the damage, but you've gotten the Zeus back. You're stopping your opponent from, like, kind of holding you at a particular life total. You're getting lower. Spoiler alert, the main set has ways to heal when you're, has other ways to heal, right, as well. Like, there's ways to heal in this. Overall, I've got to say, this seems like it's going to be very, very strong. My initial inclination is this is absolutely in a starter deck only format. It is the newest starter deck, so I'm not surprised, but this just claps everything else up with 2 copies. I just think this deck is going to be really, really, really scary. The one thing that's kind of salvaging it for me is I feel like we might be going into a tier 0, tier 1 format where, like, because in set 1 there's like 4 viable decks. Set 2, it's looking like there's 4 viable decks as well. Now that meta's kind of really stabilized in Japan, it's looking like there's 4 viable decks. Set 3, obviously it's way too early to be making a call like this, but yellow is looking very powerful, and my copium, if yellow does end up being, like, best deck, the mirror match is going to be one of the most skill-intensive things you've ever seen. Like, it's going to be crazy, right? You're going to literally need to be checking your opponent's life, checking your life versus your opponent's life, managing what you're stacking, managing what your opponent's doing. It's seeming like it's going to be really, really crazy, and I'm excited to see high-level gameplay of that. But and obviously partake in it myself when we get this in, you know, near the end of the year. But yeah, I'm very, very, very excited for the starter deck. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Overall, incredibly powerful starter deck. I'm very excited. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel for lots more One Piece content. I also make videos on Battle Spirit Saga, Gate Ruler, and Lorcana, though, so if you're interested in those, subscribe for that as well. Join my Discord server, linked in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.